My brother leaned across the table and whispered just loud enough for the couple next to us to hear. "Did you get that dress at a thrift store? This is a $500 a plate event." His wife laughed. The woman in pearls next to me glanced down at my outfit. I didn't say a word, because in 5 minutes, the MC was going to step up to that microphone and announce that I wrote the check that made tonight possible. What do you do when your own family humiliates you in public, and you're the one paying for the room? I had the signed contract in my clutch. 300 guests, crystal chandeliers, a brother who thought I was nobody, and a spotlight with my name on it. Drop your country in the comments and what time it is where you are. And if this one hits, go ahead and tap that like button. You'll want to stay for this. The MC adjusted the microphone on stage. I took a breath. Here we go. Let me back up. Growing up, I was the invisible daughter. My brother was the golden child. Every family dinner was a highlight reel of his mediocre achievements. I remember one night, I'd just gotten a full scholarship to state school. 4 years, tuition covered. My parents toasted my brother's unpaid internship at Dad's friend's firm. My acceptance letter stayed in the envelope on the counter. I left home at 19, put myself through college, waited tables, studied in library corners until they kicked me out at midnight. I built a boutique consulting firm from nothing, Parker Strategy Group. We help nonprofits scale their fundraising and build sustainable programs. It took years, late nights, pitch meetings where I was the youngest person in the room by 20 years. But I won clients, good ones, foundations that were changing lives. My first mentor told me something I never forgot. In this world, paper beats memory. Keep receipts, always. So I did. Every email, every signed agreement, every bank transfer. I saved it all. I didn't know it then. But that advice would save me the night my brother tried to humiliate me in front of everyone who mattered. Because while he was coasting on the family name, I was building something real, and I had the documents to prove it. 3 weeks before the gala, my phone rang. My brother. We hadn't spoken in 4 months. "Hey, I got you an invite to the Children's Future Foundation Gala. You're welcome." I was silent. "I'm on the host committee this year." Pulled some strings. "It's black tie, very exclusive." I knew exactly what gala he was talking about, because 6 months earlier, I'd signed the Platinum Sponsorship Agreement. $150,000 over 3 years. Anonymous at my request. I wanted the focus on the kids, not me. "Thanks," I said carefully. "I'll be there." "Great. Oh, and you'll need to write a check. Maybe 10,000. Don't make me look bad." My jaw tightened. "I'll handle my own contribution." His tone shifted. "Come on. Don't be cheap. I got you in. Least you can do is pull your weight. This is important for the family image." I said I'll handle it. "Fine, be like that. Stingy as always." He paused. "Just show up. But don't expect me to introduce you around. And for God's sake, don't wear anything embarrassing. There'll be cameras." He hung up. I sat there staring at the signed sponsorship agreement on my desk. Platinum tier. My company logo. My signature. He had no idea. The night of the gala, I wore a navy dress. Designer but understated. No logos, classic lines. I thought I looked elegant. My brother was waiting in the lobby when I walked in. He saw me and his face twisted. "That's what you wore?" His wife appeared at his elbow, dripping in diamonds. She looked me up and down. "Honey, this isn't a PTA meeting." They both laughed. 2 other host committee members stood nearby. They turned. One of them smirked. I felt my face go hot. For a second, I was 12 again. Invisible at my own birthday party because it fell the same week as his soccer tournament. "Did you at least bring a checkbook?" my brother asked. I didn't answer. Unbelievable. The other guests were staring now. My hands started to shake. Maybe he was right. Maybe I didn't belong here. Maybe I'd made a mistake. I thought about turning around, walking out. But then I saw it. The banner over the ballroom entrance. Children's Future Foundation. New Youth Mentorship Wing. My wing. My donation. I had the folder in my car. The emails. The wire confirmations. I just had to last 1 more hour. So I walked into that ballroom. Smaller than I'd felt in years. But I kept walking. I found my seat. Front row. Center table. There was a name card waiting for me. Elena Parker. Platinum sponsor. I glanced back. My brother was 3 tables behind me. Middle of the room. His face went confused. A woman in a foundation blazer approached my table. "Miss Parker, thank you so much for being here. We are deeply grateful for your vision and generosity." She handed me the evening program. I opened it. Back cover. Full page. My company logo. Parker Strategy Group. Presenting Platinum sponsor. The woman leaned closer. The mentorship wing wouldn't exist without you. The kids are already asking when they can meet you. I felt tears prick my eyes. Across the room, my brother was staring at my name card. He whispered something to his wife. She pulled out her phone. I watched her search something. Her eyes went wide. She showed him the screen. He still didn't get it. Not fully. But he was about to. Because the lights were dimming. The MC stepped onto the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please take your seats. We're about to begin. I folded my hands on the table. And I waited. Before the program started, my brother got up. He walked straight to my table. Leaned down. His voice was low, angry. What are you doing? Sitting, I said calmly. You didn't donate $150,000. That's impossible. I didn't respond. Where did you get that kind of money? Did you lie to them? Use Dad's name? I used my own name. His face flushed red. You're making this about you. This night is supposed to be about the cause, about the foundation. I agree, I said. Then why the show? Why the fake sponsor title? It's not fake. He leaned in closer. You're a fraud. I don't know what you did, but I'm going to find out. Did you forge something? Scam them? A board member at the next table turned to look. Other guests were noticing. I kept my voice even. You're making a scene. We can talk later. No, I want to know now. Who did you scam? The board member stood up. Is everything all right? My brother straightened. Fine, just a family misunderstanding. He looked down at me. When Dad hears about this, you're done. The lights went fully down. A spotlight hit the stage. The MC's voice filled the room. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight. My brother started walking back to his table, but he kept looking over his shoulder. He still thought I was lying. That was about to change. The MC began the donor recognition. Tonight is possible because of the generosity of people who believe in our mission. She read the bronze sponsors, then silver, then gold. Polite applause after each tier. Then she paused. And now I want to take a moment to recognize a transformational gift. The room went quiet. Our platinum presenting sponsor made a multi-year commitment that allowed us to break ground on something we've dreamed about for years. A youth mentorship wing that will serve hundreds of kids annually. Behind her, the screen lit up. My company logo appeared. 20 feet tall, Parker Strategy Group. Please join me in thanking Elena Parker. The spotlight swung to me. I stood. The applause started. It rolled through the room like a wave. I looked at the screen, at the kids' faces projected next to my logo. Scholarship recipients. That's what this was always for. I didn't look at my brother. I didn't need to. But I heard the silence at his table. The MC continued. Ms. Parker's vision and commitment have changed the trajectory of this organization. We are honored to partner with her. I sat down. My heart was pounding. The applause faded. I glanced back. My brother's seat was empty. He was gone. I stayed for the rest of the gala, met with board members, talked to parents of mentorship candidates. I drove home around midnight. There was a voicemail waiting. My mother. I almost didn't listen. But I hit play. How could you do that to him? No hello, no congratulations. Your brother has been working so hard to build his reputation in the philanthropic community. And you embarrassed him in front of everyone. I sat in my car, stunned. He's been on that host committee for months. This was his chance to show leadership. Then she said the quiet part out loud. He was trying to get a board seat at another foundation. They wanted someone with demonstrated philanthropic leadership. He needed tonight. I closed my eyes. It clicked. My brother had lost 2 clients in the past year. I'd heard whispers. My parents had been covering his mortgage. He needed that board seat. It came with a stipend, $20,000 a year. But more than that, it came with legitimacy. He'd planned to ride the family name, make a few small donations, smile for the cameras, and I'd shattered that, not on purpose. But I had. His LinkedIn profile flashed in my mind. I'd seen it weeks ago. Proud to serve on the host committee. Giving back is a family value. It was never about the dress. It was about control, keeping me small so he could look big. I finally understood, and I knew exactly what I needed to do. I wasn't going to fight. I was going to build a boundary so clear even they couldn't miss it. The next morning I called my attorney. Not to sue, not to file anything dramatic, just to make sure everything I did next was clean. We drafted a letter, short, professional, to my parents and my brother. The message was simple. I would continue my philanthropic work independently. Any future family events would require mutual respect as a baseline. I was not interested in drama or conflict, but I would not tolerate public humiliation. My attorney copied herself on the email, a quiet signal that this wasn't just emotional venting. It was documented. I sent a separate email to the foundation board. I thanked them for the partnership. I clarified that my sponsorship was independent and personal, and I requested that they decline any offers from family members to serve as representatives of my gift. I kept it respectful, but firm. Then I did one more thing. I booked a session with a family therapist. Single session. Neutral location. I invited my parents and my brother. No ultimatums, just an offer. If you want to repair this, I'm willing to try. But it starts with honesty. I hit send on all 3 messages. No anger, no drama. Just clarity. I didn't know if they'd show up, but I'd done my part. 2 weeks later, the foundation invited me to their quarterly board meeting. They wanted me to present an update on the mentorship wing. 6-month progress report. I prepared slides, metrics, testimonials from mentees. I kept it professional. When I arrived, I saw my brother in the guest seating area. Apparently, he'd applied for a volunteer role. Family ambassador. Unpaid but prestigious. Away back into the room, the board chair welcomed everyone. I gave my presentation first. 12 students enrolled in the pilot program. Graduation rates up, college application support in place. One girl had written me a letter. I read a line from it. Thank you for believing in us when no one else did. You changed my life. The board clapped. Then the chair moved to new business. We received a volunteer application from Ms. Parker's brother. We appreciate the family's interest in our work. She paused. However, our donor agreements include independence clauses. They protect the integrity of the gift and prevent any appearance of influence or control. I stayed quiet. The chair continued. We're grateful for his time on the host committee, but we'll need to decline the ambassador role. He's welcome to volunteer in other capacities, but not as a representative of his sister's sponsorship. My brother's face turned red. He opened his mouth to speak. Another board member jumped in. This is standard policy. It protects all of our donors. It's not personal. The chair nodded. The vote was unanimous. 8-0. My brother stood. This is ridiculous. The chair remained calm. We understand your disappointment, but the decision is final. He looked at me. I met his eyes. I didn't gloat. I didn't smile. I just looked at him. He grabbed his coat and left. The door closed behind him. The chair turned back to me. Now one last item. The donor wall rendering. She pulled up a slide. A bronze plaque. Clean engraving. Elena Parker. Parker Strategy Group. Platinum founding sponsor. We'll install it next month at the ribbon cutting. We'd be honored if you'd join us. I nodded. I'd love to. The meeting ended. I stayed for coffee with a few board members. One of them, a retired teacher, took my hand. You've given these kids a future. That's all that matters. I smiled. That's all I wanted. My brother never came to the therapy session, but he sent an email 2 days later, short, stiff. I may have misjudged your circumstances. We'll keep things professional going forward. Not an apology, but it was acknowledgement. I'd take it. My parents did come to therapy. 1 session. They sat uncomfortably in the chairs. Didn't say much. The therapist asked them how they felt about what happened at the gala. My mother said she wished I'd told them in advance. My father said he didn't understand why it had to be so public. I took a breath. I didn't make it public. I tried to keep it anonymous. He made it public when he mocked me in front of 300 people. Silence. The therapist asked if they were proud of my work. My father said, of course. But he didn't look at me when he said it. We didn't have a breakthrough. But it was a first step, a crack in the wall. That was enough for now. My business grew. 2 board members from other foundations reached out. They'd been at the gala. They wanted to explore partnerships. Within 3 months, I signed 2 new nonprofit clients. My revenue doubled. But the moment that mattered most came 6 months later. The mentorship wing opened. I stood in the hallway with 15 kids, scholarship recipients, first-generation college hopefuls. We cut the ribbon together. No cameras, no press, just us. One of the girls hugged me. She whispered, "Thank you for believing in us." I cried, not because of my brother, not because of my parents, because of her. That night, I drove home and looked at the donor wall photo the foundation had sent me. My name, engraved in bronze, permanent. I didn't need my brother's approval. I didn't need my parents' praise. I needed my own integrity. And I had it. Here's what I learned. You can't control how people see you, but you can control what you build. Boundaries aren't about punishment. They're about clarity. And receipts aren't about revenge. They're about truth. So let me ask you, have you ever been underestimated by your own family? Have you ever had to prove yourself not with words, but with work? Drop your story in the comments. I read them all. And if you want more stories about boundaries, receipts, and quiet power moves, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you in the next one. Oh, and one last thing. This story is a fictionalized dramatization for entertainment purposes. It is not legal or financial advice. Always consult a licensed professional for your specific situation. Take care of yourself and keep your receipts.